What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Tahyira Show. It's giving very in the 90s kind of world. It's me, Tahyira. Thank you guys for tuning into the Tahyira Show. This is Talk 18. I'm going to set up the next three episodes. Yeah, talks. Call them talks, episodes. I don't know. I like the word talk because it's really just me talking. But it is a show. So next three episodes is going to be another series. This is what I told you guys in the previous video that, we had a one-off with the self-control video, but it did really well. So thank you guys for tuning into that one. I think it was a good way to end the year off, and we're in a new year, so happy new year. My birthday's coming up. I wanted to definitely jump up here. I'm like, let me get this video recorded before I turn looking happy. Producing this YouTube channel has always caused me to look for spaces of inspiration, motivation, focus. Like, why am I doing this again? Like, it already struggles to get views and stuff. Like, well, what is the purpose of this? Oh yeah, because you're number one, working as a producer to show that you can create content. Number two, you actually still have shit to talk about. Last night I watched a really good documentary. I was looking for a documentary that was going to inspire me, and I happened upon one. I can't think of it off the head of the name right now, but it's basically a documentary about women in Hollywood. It's produced by Gina Davis, who's today's her birthday. So this is a quick little rant into being Aquarius and being a woman and being who I am and why I do what I do. It's just a call sometimes, and I'm watching a documentary, and everybody loves Gina Davis. She's one of Thelma and Louise is a major part of why I think I can make stories, and it was one of the first movies I had seen with two women, and everybody has that story, the Thelma and Louise version of why they're into film. I have one too. It's on my desktop all the time. That script is how I write all of my scripts. I read the first page and I'm like, Thelma, it's a goal. Chadwick Boseman, it's I want to talk more to the Viola Davis, which in my personal brand, I have. Because I started as my husband's talent manager, I got to be the girl that was the boss, right? So it's how'd he get here? I booked this. He didn't even know about it. You were talking to me the whole time, I already started my career on it. Moving forward right now, I'm an assistant director for a play that's about white privilege. It's a bunch of white women and me. And I think it's amazing to just see these types of stories being told, funded, etc. So circle back to what I'm trying to say here. This is why I feel like I have a necessary purpose to keep creating content on this YouTube channel. And I really hope that you tune in and subscribe and tell other people that might be interested, because we're going up. So in keeping with that, I'm going to go into our generational trauma series, which I produced, basically wrote out. I know exactly what I want to go out to LA. So man, other stuff happened, but I had this here ready to go because I'm we're talking about mental health right now. Yesterday, I Googled millennials and suicide because I just have this feeling. I just know people are struggling. I could see it in social media too. People who are usually active are not even in watching stories and stuff like that. I don't even see people who used to showing up anymore. People definitely not sharing, you know what I mean? That's just one way to look in. Another way is it's energy, and I'm an energy person. I can pick up energy on however we exchange it. If it's passing in the street, if it's going down to the mall, if it's hanging out at the bars, I could just feel it around my demographics, my generation. I just feel it. I hear people saying it. I get DMs. I see how people react to the things that I say. All these things are ways for me to have insight into what's going on. And I just feel like shit is really, really starting to slip. It's starting to slip for me, not suicide or anything like that. But the fact that it keeps getting incredibly harder to keep trying to be positive. That's the part that's slipping for me. And I'm an optimistic, positive person. That's what I try to do. I let the good times roll. I tell my husband, I'm not showing up. I don't show up on camera if I don't have nothing good to say. And or something insightful. Because sometimes something I say is not good. It's super negative, but it's it's meant to help you. The generational trauma series is meant to do just that. So it's going to be 3 series similar to my Love Guru T series, where I try to talk about love and relationships and the things that I think I can share. I've been married and da-da-da-da. This too, because I went through therapy, I talk a lot to my family about generational trauma. I look for spaces where we can have conversations about our Black plight in this country and as to why so many young people are falling to this mental health thing, especially in the pandemic. The fact that we tie in so much of our work, what our jobs are, right? What I do. Am I a manager? Are you an operational? Are you a social media manager? And you're earning, we tie so much into that, into how we feel and where we stand. And not even listen to people on dating apps. And it's well, what do you do? And it's why do you care? Why don't you just want to know who I am? You know what I mean? I still am a human being that exists in that space. That's why I think artwork and music and whatever, it just keeps everything real human for me. So that's what it is. The videos that I'm going to talk about moving forward. The first one in here is called Learning, Finding Your Tribe. Then we're going to go into Unlearning, Walking the Plank. And then we have Training the Discipline. So it's going to be 3 videos explaining, starting with this one, explaining how we get through some of these generational trauma issues. Like I said before, no one's coming to save us, to help us. They're looking towards our community to now pull data so that they can come and make it seem like they did something. No, when I say they, I mean white people. You know, the government, whoever you guys want to say. When I say they, that those they. We are here to save ourselves. I've searched the space for Clubhouse, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook groups for positive space to talk about things like this, and I have yet to find it like that. So this is just meant to be one of those spaces. So here we go right now. First one is learning, finding your tribe.